Hey everybody, this is Greg with Medical Muscle. In this video I want to talk about the life lessons I've learned from my journey in medicine. Okay, so I'm a third year medical student, and what have I learned so far? Well, number one is surround yourself with people that you want to be like. Okay, so I've always made an effort to find people who are smart, who are kind, who are not competitive, reasonably competitive, but not toxically competitive, who are funny, who can have a good sense of humor even when shit gets tough. And that's really important for your success because there's gonna be days when you're gonna need someone's help. Either it's school stress or life stress, and vice versa. You should be able to give that same thing. So you want to surround yourself with people who are going to boost you to your true potential. Okay, because what is it? People say this: you're the average of your friends. Okay, so if you hanging around with people who are all struggling and all have bad habits, you're going to have some bad habits too. It's just going to be the way it goes. All right, that's number one. Number two is self-care. All right. Now, I'm going to say the most important part of self-care is just getting sleep. Exercise is important. Eating right is important. But not getting enough sleep is not good for you. It's not going to help your studies. It's not going to help your shifts when you're working long shifts. So just for example, last week I did 70 hours. I didn't get a weekend. I just went straight through, worked Saturday and Sunday, 12 hours each. But I was aware of that and I made sure to get sleep, and guess what? I felt great. I was whooped, but I'm gonna tell you, if I didn't make a plan to make sure that I got enough sleep, then everything else would have gone to shit. I would have been so tired. I would have had a hard time meal prepping. I would have had a hard time, getting all my clothes ready for the week, getting everything done. Then at the shift, focusing and doing the work that I need to do. Like, if you don't get enough sleep, you're gonna slack in something. And if you're not getting enough sleep, it's probably because you're doing something bad. You're probably scrolling for too long. You're messing around in something else that's also not beneficial. So it's a win-win. It's better just to sleep. Now, yes, it's very important to have a good diet. That's really important, especially in these long shifts when you don't really have time to go to the cafeteria or find food. You have to just make it and eat it there, right? That's important. And having downtime so that you can actually relax, that's really important too. You want to work really hard so that you can enjoy your downtime. It's good. So self-care. That's point number two. Okay, point number three is cut the fluff out of your life, okay? When I had more time, and in a point in my life when I had more time, I found I was trying to do everything. I was trying to do all these hobbies, and I wasn't really getting good at anything. I just found I was spread pretty thin. Medicine requires a lot of time and dedication in just one thing, medicine, right? Studying and the hours that I put in. So the rest of my free time has to be used very efficiently. So what I do now is I've cut out everything that I don't need. If I don't need it, it's gone. I don't have the time for it. And it's on you to find those ways to be more efficient. There's always ways to speed up your life. Okay, that's either, making your coffee the night before, putting your clothes out the night before, setting your standards lower. Like when I was living on the island, it just was cheaper and it was faster if I had instant coffee rather than drip coffee, because I could just carry it in my backpack and use cold water. I just set my standards lower. For snacks, I always have nuts in my backpack. So I'm always prepared. I always have, food, coffee, and I just set my standards very minimal, okay? It's all about efficiency. You have to have efficiency in this because you have very little time for extra things. Okay, so if you have a hobby, go full into it. Go into it. If you love it, go for it. But cut out all the other slack. Okay, if you have a bunch of other little hobbies, you need to figure out what you actually like to do. Stick with that one thing, cut everything else out because you don't have the time. Okay, but spend the time on the things that you want to spend on. Okay, and cut everything else out. All right. And then the last point that I want to make is kind of on the self-care. This is a big lesson that I've learned going in medicine is, what I want out of life and my existential being, what it is to be alive and be healthy. I think about my mortality more than I've ever thought before. When I was in the emergency department, I was seeing people who were dying. When we did the oncology part, just seeing people who it just was a different experience, and it made me put into perspective some of the things that I do, that might not be the healthiest things. And it just showed me that I don't want to die that way, right? Because some of you listening, I'm not going to lie, some of you listening are likely to get cancer at some point in your life, or at some point, right? There's going to be one or two. I might, okay? I might get pneumonia. That's what kills me. It's like you make certain choices in life. And if you make the good ones, then you're going to have a good quality life till the end. That's the goal, right? But if you do, things that are not good for you, like drink or smoke or, vape, that's the big thing. Or eat unhealthy or not exercise enough or have too much stress. Basically, you're choosing how you want to die. You're kind of making this decision that you're increasing your chances of dying from one of these conditions, right? You kind of made a choice. Not saying that that's going to happen, right? But I think when you're young, you don't think about the consequences later in life. But now I'm seeing people who are faced with the consequences of a certain lifestyle, right? So if they smoke their whole life, it's a sad thing. And once you have these conditions, it's it's hard to reverse it, right? Okay. So I really want you guys to, think about ways that you can improve your health. Think about, if you're older, what kind of life do you want to live? And definitely give yourself the time for the things that you absolutely love. And, it's okay that other things are on the wayside. Okay. All right. So those are some lessons that I've learned since I've started medicine. And I hope you guys absolutely kick butt on any exams that you got. All right.